What's up, you guys? This is Zay Brooks, and this is episode 26 of a show that I do not know the title to yet. Today, what I wanted to talk about is it's okay to not have people around you that always agree with you. Say that again. It's okay to not have people around you that always agree with you. And this isn't some episode where I'm saying only hang out with people that challenge your ideals or frustrate you or rage bait you into thinking that what you believe isn't valid or allow yourself to be gaslit. No, all I'm saying is to have people around you that always agree and validate you and want to make you feel emotionally well over logically playing devil's advocate or holding you accountable to self-discipline or even to the point where correcting you when you're wrong. In my own life, I've always tried to make it a priority to have friends that hold me accountable, friends that will genuinely tell me like, hey Zay, like, to be honest with you, like on that one you're in the wrong, or you could have went about this a better way. I think a lot of positive things come from that. Way more positive things than just being emotionally validated all the time. And that's not to say that you can't. Like, there are moments where you want to vent and feel a certain level of validation with something that you know in your heart feels right. And you truly just want somebody to tell you like, hey, you know, you are right. Like, that wasn't okay for them to do to you, or however it is that you feel, you know. All I'm trying to get you to understand is, for this episode and what I want to talk about, people being around you that hold you accountable take you a lot farther than people that just agree with you all the time, having yes men. I think that's a lot of the reasons why very successful like business owners or like actors or rappers, they'll have these people around them that will always validate them and tell them what they're doing is good, even if they're practicing some vices that they shouldn't, or spending their time doing things that they really shouldn't be doing. Having friends or having people in your life, mentors that hold you accountable and don't always agree with you, it does so much better for you. An example I can make is yesterday I have this group chat with all my friends from high school, and one of my best friends in there, they're all my best friends, but one of them specifically, we actually agree on things, but a lot of the times we disagree on like certain subjects about maybe like money or even like opinions on sports. You know, I don't want to get into specifics, but it's very important, and I value that relationship a lot, where it's okay to be vulnerable and state your claim without feeling so emotional, and on the flip side, not being so validated and actually being held accountable for things when it may seem like all I want is to just be agreed with, and that like calms down like my ego and my conscience. But having a friend like that, specifically in this group chat for the example I'm making, we were really having a debate about certain topics, but you know, that's my best friend. And later on that night, you know, he's calling me talking about, you know, where to invest specifically with my Roth IRA and how to reach financial freedom and what life is like as, you know, being a self-employed entrepreneur and moving forward, you know, in the world of not living in that 9-to-5 lifestyle. And so, you know, I don't want to make it seem like I'm telling you what to do and I don't practice what I preach, you know. I would like to act as a living testament so that when I tell you things, it's not like, you know, the analogy is a basketball coach telling you, you need to run over there and rotate and set that screen and run this play. But then you're thinking in your head, well, coach, why? I've never seen you do that before. I've never seen you do X, Y, and Z. You know, I don't want to be that kind of coach or person that you can trust, where you're like, oh, but I've never seen Zay give me examples of the way he teaches and the way he lives, you know. So that's just one example I wanted to make with my best friend. And people now, they'll think, oh, well, Zay's saying that, you know, what about politics and religion and all these things? Aren't I supposed to have people that agree with me so that I can strengthen my faith or strengthen my beliefs? It's actually quite the opposite. You know, they say people in religion, I think a certain testament is when you can hear other people's opinions and not feel so emotional or so insecure or feel so defensive. And it's okay to feel skeptical about the beliefs that you have that are being challenged, so that you can take the time and the research to go in and say, you know what, these are things that I believe, and these are things that I'm refining, and beliefs that I genuinely feel no matter what anybody says to me, you know. It's like the example I always like to make. I played basketball, right? And I'd like to think that I'm really good. And so if somebody comes up to me and goes, Zay, you're not that good at basketball. If I truly believe that I had some underwhelming feeling that I wasn't that good, or maybe I didn't live up to the expectations in my basketball journey, or maybe didn't try as hard, I would feel some emotional type of way to that statement. But because I feel very confident in my beliefs that I am a good basketball player and that I've shown the record to myself and to my family and to my loved ones, you really can't hurt me when it comes to explaining something like that to me. Your skepticism towards my ability to play basketball really has nothing to do with me, and that's very important for myself. I feel like a lot of times when people basketball or poker or video games, somebody tells you, oh, you're not that good, or you're this and that. If that emotionally affects you, it shows you right then and there, man, I do have some insecurities about being a Call of Duty player or playing basketball or playing poker. I need to understand why am I feeling that insecurity? Am I not doubling down on my beliefs? Maybe I'm not putting in as much work as I need to. Maybe I'm not holding myself accountable. Maybe I don't have the self-discipline. You see how the gears are turning? It's like there's no growth from people just telling you, oh, Zay, you're such a good basketball player. And Zay, everything you say is so valid. And you're always just right on the dot with your claims. Like, I take pride in having people around me that don't agree with me, don't always agree with me. I think that's so important. And it's like, that's the case that you have, and I don't want to hurt your feelings here, but that's the case that you have all these people around that only agree with you, and you only allow people in your life that agree with you. When you hear a different opinion or a different claim or take on some social issue, and then you feel like emotionally jolted negatively towards them not thinking how you think. When subjects are a spectrum of thoughts that you can have about a certain social issue or political or religious or whatever it is. And I'm just letting you guys know now, I am a non-secular, or which one is, I think secular is the one where I don't have any religion that I claim. I don't have any political party that I claim. I am a very neutral person when it comes to a lot of these things. And I guess I can't speak for somebody who comes from a certain type of spectrum religiously or politically, but in my opinion, it's okay to hear beliefs that don't match with yours, because then you really get to dig deep and figure out why it is that you believe what you believe. You either stand for something or fall for nothing. So, why would you not want your beliefs challenged? Why would you not want your beliefs to be something that you can refine and go into? If everybody's just validating you all day, it's like, what does that really do for you? Oh yeah, I walk away from it and like I don't. It's like, I keep making the analogy with basketball. Imagine if I went to the YMCA and I'm just playing against guys who aren't. I'm after my career, so it doesn't really matter what I do. I'm retired. But when I'm young, right, 17, 16 years old, and I'm trying to get to college, why would I go to the YMCA and play people who aren't that good at basketball? Or people that just, pat me on the back and say, Zay, you're so good. You're going to the NBA. You're doing this. You're doing that. I can't wait to see you on ESPN. Like, that doesn't do really any good things for me. I would rather have myself go to runs where it's a college run and nobody gives a rat's ass about me, and I have to earn my keep and earn my stripes, and they're like, man, hey, like, good bucket, but you're not that good. You're some 17-year-old kid. Like, you're not that good, bud. Figure it out. Like, that is something where I'm like, man, am I really that good? Like, man, no, I am that good. Like, it builds confidence and it builds trust in myself. And I'm watching film now and I'm figuring out how to get better. And it's like, oh, okay, boom. Like, all right, yeah, that wasn't a good move. Like, that wasn't that good. And I'm holding myself accountable and I'm putting in extra shots, That's the analogy that I'm trying to make, is keeping people around you that hold you accountable and want you to ultimately be better. It does a lot more for you than somebody that just pats you on the back and tells you that everything's all good and that you're okay and that life is good, blah, blah, blah. You need to be held accountable, and that all derives from the idea of not having people around you that you always need to agree with you. Living in America, right? I'm speaking to people that live in America here. The level of freedom that we have, this is the unalienable rights that we gave up to live in a democracy, to be the land of the free and the home of the brave. So how could I get mad from somebody else choosing to live life a certain way? Why would I ever become emotionally jolted by them choosing to live life a certain way? That is why America exists. And I don't know, other first world countries, I'm not familiar with your guys' game, but it's the same argument. Like, in democracy, you choose to give up alienable rights to live amongst people who, although they don't think like you, look like you, do the same practices that you do, you can all live in harmony. We all gave up those rights to live in society. It's the whole point. So why would I want to hang around people that only validate me? What is that? Does that even prime me for life? Does that prime me for life in America? No. I'm going to have people that I hang around with or my significant other's family or friends of friends that they don't think how I think, and I'm just mad, or I'm just emotionally bothered, my energy is just getting depleted and it takes me away from other things that I'm trying to do in my life, be the best version of myself. I'm spending it trying to keep and control people in my life that only think how I think. Or on the flip side of it, I'm here and I only want to be validated and I only want to be put up, and anytime I hear something that doesn't help me in my journey or doesn't validate me, or someone's really trying to hold me accountable, I take offense to that, or I feel insecure or defensive. That it doesn't prime me for this world, for this life. And furthermore, there's going to be people that simply don't agree with you just because they don't like the way you look or the way you talk. Like, it's okay to be around people and still keep your energy and your wits about you when they don't agree with you. It's okay for that to take place. It's better for you. It primes you for life. And this is just me being real. I've had people and friends that I've met before where I'm like, man, you just kind of keep people around you that just validate you all day. It's like there's no real growth there. There's times and there's moments for validation for sure, but to have people around you, in psychology, it's this thing called groupthink, and it becomes very dangerous because that's where discrimination and prejudice can come from, where there's a group of individuals that all believe the same thing, and then they believe it so much that it becomes the identity of not just themselves but the core group. So then when there's an outcast or somebody that doesn't believe in the same things that they do, who knows as to what can happen to that outcasted person, because they are ultimately outnumbered. And that's not to say some friend group is going to attack this random person who feels some type of way. I'm just trying to get you to understand that is a real psychological phenomenon, is groupthink. And within groupthink, there's another term called cognitive dissonance, where you believe so much that you identify with it to where when you hear something else that doesn't help your claim, or somebody is speaking negatively about the things you believe, it almost influences your identity. You feel like someone's attacking you personally. You have to be okay with people not agreeing with you, because there are far better things to worry about in your life than worrying about if someone doesn't agree with you. And if anything, like I've been saying this past 15 minutes, it helps you build the beliefs that you truly believe in. If nobody challenges them, who's to say that when you're on faulty ground or you're feeling skepticism, that you won't jump sides and flip to another concept, or your beliefs get changed so much now you feel lost in life. It's important to feel challenged early. I think a lot of people are scared of failure. They're scared of people not liking them. They're scared of people disagreeing with them. And it blends into their life, and they're not willing to take chances and not willing to meet new people and explore new things in life because they're afraid of, what if they don't agree with me? What if I can't take the emotional vulnerability of somebody else challenging my beliefs to where all I can do is just be this emotional individual and feel insecure and defensive? I hope you guys are understanding what I'm saying. It's important to be free from other people's opinions on your beliefs. And on the flip side, being able to take constructive criticism from people that don't just validate you. They hold you accountable. They give you that discipline that you need, that extra oomph. There's multiple reasons as to why you don't want to keep people around you that just agree with you. I feel like I've explained 2 very important ways in your life that we don't even realize. I want to give a shout out to this real quick. This is called Icelandic water, and it's in a glass. And there's this app. I'm not going to tell you the app because no free promo. I'm promoting this, but this water is the best water that you can drink on the market. A lot of these spring waters, or like Crystal Geyser, a lot of these things, I would just do your own research before you take my advice, because we're getting into the factual parts of things. I like to talk about my anecdotal experience, but from research, this Icelandic water in the glass is some of the best water that you can drink in terms of like microplastics, or the mineral water, or certain chemicals that happen in the water for refinement. Just do your research. Although I am vegan, I like to follow a alkaline diet. I'm not going to show any graphics here, but if you are willing to take the time right now or after this video, look up alkaline diet, and they'll show you from alkaline foods to acidic foods. And the more alkaline you are, I'm getting metaphysical here, but the more that you are in tune to your reality, the more you're prone to opening your pineal gland, the more you have the ability to trust your intuition, even things like taking a step further like clairvoyance or emotional memory, certain senses that they really don't tell you about because, and I'm putting on my tinfoil hat, but there's just certain concepts that these people don't want you to understand. So anyways, all that to say, I try to follow an alkaline diet, and this is the water that I'd like to drink, if at all possible. I haven't drank tap water in over like 5 to 10 years. If I'm extremely thirsty, I will not drink tap water. I guess do your research on that one. And this is not going to be a show, furthermore, where we're tinfoil hatting stuff and talking about conspiracy theories. That's not what we're doing. All I want to do here is give you thought-provoking concepts and things to resonate with, and a way for you to positively have an outlook on your life without limitations and allow yourself to be open to any and all things, because everything is possible. And having a chief definite aim, burning desire, unwavering faith, the physical equivalent will be inevitable. So yeah, I appreciate you guys, man. I think people, they say, oh, Zay, you should make these smaller, or Zay, you should clip this up and make it short form. I believe in the power of manifestation, and in my eyes, I think the way I want to do it is how it's going to happen and how it's going to be successful because I say so. Does it sound stubborn? Sure. But if God wants to show me another way to portray this information to the community, I think it'll show itself. But for now, I really enjoy doing this. I am intrinsically motivated to be open to the show, and furthermore, I'm intrinsically motivated to have people tell me, hey man, I think you should talk about this, or I think you should not have it 30 minutes, or I think you should have it short form. If I felt insecure about this show, or I didn't think it was going to go as far as I think it will, I would be so quick to be defensive or be like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, have you done content? Who are you again? Like, what do you mean to me? Do I trust your creative opinion? But no, I am open to constructive criticism in my life in any endeavor. Somebody comes up to me in the weight room, hey man, your form could be a little bit better. This, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I have a choice there. Do I say, oh, who are you? Like, you can't tell me what to do. I lift how I want to lift. You can't tell me how to lift. Or do I take that moment to see, man, maybe I can learn something from him. Or better yet, you know what? And I'm thinking this in my head, I'm not saying it out loud, but brother, the advice that you gave me really isn't that good. I know how I lift. I understand that and I appreciate that. But by you just telling me that and being open to it, it helped refine and enrich the beliefs that I have when it comes to lifting weights this way in this lift with this form. Just being open to people that don't agree with you. Super valuable, super important. And so you say, Zay, how can I do that? What's the first step? Well, notice when friends or family members or whoever, just notice when they're always agreeing with you and tell them. I've had teachers and coaches especially. I've told them like, man, hold me accountable. Don't let me get off easy. If you think I'm being lazy or if you think I'm feeling some type of way, when I did my tech sales job, before I became an entrepreneur, I told my boss, I was like, yo, man, because we're doing sales, I'm like, yo, you can talk to me, like, you can tell me straight up, if I'm not performing or I'm not doing nothing. And he really appreciated that. And so it honestly helped me move up in the ranks a lot faster with him. And hello. I'm at the park and there's like this little dog place where you can walk your dogs and stuff. And so, what? Are you going to chill right here? What? Where's your owner at? What? Oh, this is hilarious. You gotta go. You gotta go find your owner. Anyways, with my tech sales job and my boss, I told him, I was like, man, you can hold me accountable. And it ended up shooting me up in the ranks a lot faster by just being open and honest with people that you care about. Just and think about it. There's a phenomenal book called How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. One of the only times I'm ever going to explain this book, because if everybody read it, the book would become obsolete. It talks about how being vulnerable and being transparent, there's a lot of value added to that. Telling people, hey, you can hold me accountable. Hey, we don't always have to agree. Hey, if I'm in the wrong, I want you to tell me, Hey, I look them in my eyes. Hey, man, am I in the right here or am I in the wrong? Like, you could tell me, am I tripping right now? That's what my boys love to tell each other. Am I tripping right now? And the homie would be like, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I think you could have went about it this way better, or do this or do that. And it creates that sense of vulnerability. Those relationships are the ones you want to keep for life, because those are the people that will truly hold you accountable, truly hold you to self-discipline, to be the best version of yourself. And if not, and they tell you something that you don't really resonate with, it allows you, like I said, to look at the beliefs that you have and really sit down and wonder if you are a skeptic to the things that you believe, so that you don't experience cognitive dissonance, so that you don't experience groupthink. And you're saying, you know what, I believe this to be true. So now when when someone challenges these beliefs, I can respect them, but ultimately know what it is that I believe in, what I know to be true. So, see what time we're at. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I don't think I really have anything else to say about that. Just do your due diligence, man. It may feel comfortable, it may feel nice to have people that always agree with you, but there's no real growth there. There's stagnation, there's being content with the things that you believe or whatever it is that you're pushing for. Having people that, like I said, the greatest example I could probably give in this 30 minutes is with the basketball situation. Why would I go to the YMCA and play with people that don't really challenge me? I need to go somewhere where they don't give me that respect, where they're like, man, you're not that good. And I have to go out and go get it, go be somebody every day and go push to be a part of the pack, to be a part of the group. That validation, it's a fleeting feeling. It's way better to feel the hardships of it all and then have a little bit of validation that comes. Too much validation, I don't think, is a good thing. I think it's actually bad. I think having people that hold you accountable and hold you to self-discipline, even indirectly by just telling you, yo, bro, like that was a nice bucket, but you're not that good. Like, watch this. Like, I'm about to take your lunch money. Like that to me is far more important in friend groups and endeavors and pushing for whoever it is that you want to be. If you're hanging out with people, in my opinion, where you're always the one trying to lead and always trying to be somebody and do something, I don't know if you got the right friends, man, or woman. Got to be around people that, are pushing you, or if anything, you'll be the last of the group. You'll be the weakest link in essence, right? If you want to get into real estate, go find 4 friends that are killing it in real estate. Sure enough, you're going to be listening, putting on game, and you're not going to be validated because you're at the bottom of the totem pole, where you're going to be like, man, I really got to figure this out. And then you learn faster. You're picking up things. You're truly listening. The validation is barely coming on small wins, and then you grow and it gets stronger. And you see, there's growth there from having people that don't always agree with you or always want to validate you. So take that where you may into your life. Just want to give you thought-provoking concepts and things you can resonate with. What I want to do really quick before you go is a guided meditation. So if you can find somewhere on the ground or on the floor, on your bed, say crisscross applesauce, whatever feels comfortable. So what I want you to do is close your eyes, and we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. So in and out. In and out. One more time. In and out. And what I want you to do is think about nothing else. Try to clear your mind as best as you can. I'm going to give you some moments to just clear your mind. And what I want you to do is, if you find yourself getting lost, I want you to repeat the mantra, I am here now. Let's try it right now. This is a true guided meditation. I'm not going to have anything for you. I just want you to breathe. Take a moment. If you need to take more deep breaths, you breathe in through your nose, hold it for maybe at 1 count, 2 count, and breathe out and really listen to the sound of your voice. Your conscience should be clear. You should be thinking about nothing. Sometimes when I meditate, I visualize where I am, the room I'm in. It's almost like a sense of clairvoyance, where I know where I'm at in the room. I can almost see myself from an eagle's eye, like my higher self looking at my third dimensional self. Just take a moment to keep breathing. There's nowhere else to be except right now. Keep breathing. Eyes closed. Keep breathing. Come on, this is good for you. This meditation is very, very good for you. If you find yourself drifting off and thinking about other things, that's okay. Allow those things, those thoughts about the past, the future, allow them to pass like you're watching a car drive past you on the highway. And once that thought has subsided, you come back to the center of self and you say the mantra, I am here now. There's nowhere else to be except right now. And keep breathing. Feel the warmth of your breath. Feel your hands and your legs, just the beauty of your body, and just the existence of your being. You're recognizing it. You realize that our body is an avatar. It's our soul existing within this vessel, allowing for human experience. Keep breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. And once you understand that our soul is not from this world, our soul is higher than third dimensional existence, our relationship with God goes beyond time. Our relationship with ourselves, with our journey, with our lives goes beyond time. We can truly inflict whatever we want upon our reality. We impact and influence our reality, not the other way around. Understanding this through meditation is very important in your journey. It was important in mine, and I don't meditate enough. Repeat it with me. I am here now. One more time. Breathe in. I am here now. All right, you can open your eyes now. Normally, I feel like I try to give you this visualization of things in life and blah, 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 and it just gets overwhelming. So I think it's important to sometimes in your own life, when you're on the bus or whenever you're watching like a YouTube video and there's ads, for 15 seconds, turn it all the way down and take 3 deep breaths and try to exist in this present moment. Life is here and now. God exists in the present moment. Taking those little 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 seconds even, just to take those deep breaths and truly meditate and understand who it is you are, where it is that you're trying to go, and if anything, just being thankful for the things that you have: life, legs, eyes, ears, a nose. Just being thankful. Appreciate you guys, man. Anything is possible. Life is truly, truly good. I promise you, life is beautiful. All right. I'll see you guys next time.